One European country has not seen recession for some 20 years, even during the depths of the financial crisis. That country is Poland. But this year could be different and recession could be on the horizon. Well, I'm joined now by the country's finance minister, Mr. Jacek Rostowski. Thank you very much for talking to Reuters. I'll get to the economy in a second, but I just want to start on the FX wars that we're all talking about. If there's an overshoot in the euro, up to say 140, well, what would that do to Poland's economy and Poland's competitiveness?
Well, Poland isn't in the euro, as you know, and something like 60% of our exports go to the eurozone. So an appreciation of the euro would actually probably make us more competitive rather than less.
Okay, about the economy, as I said, pretty resilient post-2008. But many economists think you could be facing recession this year. Is that something that's on your radar? Is that something that you're considering?
We think it's very unlikely. The Polish economy has slowed down as a result of what has been happening in the eurozone, not now, but before the introduction of OMT. 2 years of very poor policy in the eurozone have obviously resulted in recession in the eurozone. That has led to a slowdown in Poland. But since the policy has been improved, since the declaration of the readiness of the European Central Bank to do what it takes to make sure that the eurozone won't split up, we expect stabilization in the eurozone in the second half of this year. Stabilization in the eurozone means recovery in Poland, and we expect recovery in the eurozone in 2014, which would mean acceleration in the Polish economy. So we don't see this slowdown as being particularly threatening.
And you're not entertaining recession? No. But if that's the case and the Polish economy is stabilising, the eurozone will turn around soon. What does that mean for central bank policy?
Well, the Polish economy is still growing. I think it's worth remembering that, and it grew 2% last year, and we expect it to grow more or less that, slightly more this year, and we see no reason to change our forecasts.
But your government is on record as saying that they would welcome, if that's the right word, lower interest rates to help revive the economy.
Yes, indeed.
Do you still think that's the case?
Well, indeed. The inflation rate for January has just come in today at 1.7%. That means that we have real interest rates at 2%. Real. That's far and away the highest real interest rate in the whole of Europe. That gives very considerable scope for reductions in interest rates. And so does the very well-consolidated fiscal account, which our structural deficit is at 2.2% of GDP, down by almost 6% over 3 years. So we think that there's a lot of scope for reductions in interest rates.
What would be an appropriate level of interest rates in your view?
Don't think it would be appropriate for me to tell.
Ballpark.
It wouldn't be appropriate for me to say we have an independent monetary policy council. However, I do think that there's a lot of scope for further interest rate reductions, and I'll stay with that. Banking
union. You've said that the single supervisory mechanism is insufficiently transparent and insufficiently democratic. But I suppose looking ahead, joining the eurozone, that's the price you pay, isn't it, for joining the euro? Pooled sovereignty of economic and financial management.
But there's no reason why you can't have democratic accountability within a European structure. We're in the process of having a debate on what we need to do to make it safe for us to join the Eurozone. We're well aware after the Eurozone crisis that countries have to be much better prepared before they join the Euro than one used to think. That's a debate we're engaging in at the moment, if I just might. But also, of course, we want to be sure that the more deeply integrating Eurozone will also be stable and safe. The most important step has been taken through the introduction of outright monetary transactions by the ECB. But there's going to have to be a lot more. I'm not saying that the single supervisory mechanism is unacceptable by any means in its form. I'm just saying it would be safer if it also had suitable democratic accountability.